work week is over. I worked
in 500 meters, turn right onto Alberta 56 South, Alberta 9 West.
6 days. Monday was a holiday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, and today is Sunday. But the good thing is that Friday, Saturday, Sunday we only work 7:30 to 4 p.m. So the time passes pretty quickly.
Turn right onto Alberta 56 South, Alberta 9 West.
So I'm having a little bit of an issue with my YouTube channel, since they don't allow me to film or take pictures.
Continue on Alberta 56 South for 8 kilometers.
So I'm not sure what to do videos about, you know? Like normally from 2008, all right, when I started my channel with a video about a trip for Challenger Motor Freight, hauling a load of marine batteries. I still remember 2008, and I'm loading marine batteries in Nova Scotia, and I go all across Canada and US to California. And I thought, man, this is like an epic trip, you know? Might as well show people, you know, what it's like to be a long haul trucker. And back then I didn't even have a GPS. I remember I was pointing with my finger on the big atlas, you know, map book. Okay, I'm here today and we're gonna go like this tomorrow. And those were, you know, I used the small camera I had. I forgot the name, but it was like this kind of form factor, like a cell phone. You know, you hold it like this, and it could only do 720p. But because I didn't want to pay too much for cell phone data, I was just uploading everything in like 360p. So those first videos were really, you know, grainy. And so what I did today was, first, kind of like my obligatory task, in the morning I do a fuel delivery, where I pick up a portable 1,000-liter tank, fill it up with diesel, and just cruise around the site, topping up all major mission critical generators. And then if I have time, I go check on some excavators, see if anybody needs fuel. So I think today I filled up only one excavator. The other guy, I couldn't get to him because he was working behind some trenches and a pile of dirt. And then one guy, funny story, one guy, you know, these excavator guys, they're so focused, right? Because there's piles in the ground, maybe metal silver boxes on the ground, so you have to be super careful. And so this guy is working, digging a trench, and I parked behind him, and he's doing, you know, picking up dirt and moving like this. So I thought he would see me from, you know, the corner of his eye. And I just wanted to say, hey, you need diesel? Do you want diesel? You know, and the tank is in front of me, right? Oh, sometimes there's animals here. Like this morning, a guy in front of me braked, and I'm like, what the heck? Why are you braking? You know? And then I saw there was a deer standing on the side of the road. And the other day I saw them up there, a bunch of deer. Not sure how they got over there, but they were standing in the middle of that little hill. And so yeah, so I parked behind this excavator guy, because I know that you cannot approach them without them seeing you first, right? Because you can get killed easily, you know, with a bucket or ran over. And so I'm sitting there, you know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, he's not noticing me. And the beauty of the Bobcat, I have a horn. You know, on the left joystick there's a button on the opposite side of the joystick, so you use your index finger, kind of like a trigger on a gun, you know. And so I just gently pulled that once, burp, but it's it's super loud. So I was amazed. I see the excavator operator, he jumps in his seat and he stops the machine and he just turns around, because I'm guessing he thought somebody was warning him, basically, before he hit something. And I said, "You need fuel," you know. He says, no, I'm good. Like, you know, that's how we communicate, right? Like, there's no radio, so we just use gestures. Diesel, you want diesel? The guy says, no, I'm good. Or he says, yes. No, but this guy was really spooked, and I'm sorry, but how do I get your attention, right? I cannot walk over. That would, you know, make him even more, you know, angry. And so I feel sorry. I just almost gave the guy a heart attack, but, you know, he just reacted so unexpectedly, you know. Just jumped in his seat. And I don't even have an air horn. Now imagine if this was a situation with a semi-truck, right? Well, we have the air horn. Burp. I don't know, like he would definitely not like that one. But anyway, so I did fuel delivery, and then, you know, recently I would never have thought that would come to this, but I really enjoy
100 meters, use any lane to turn left onto South Railway Avenue, Alberta 56 South.
I enjoy working with forks more than with the bucket, you know. Never. I always hated forklifts. Like when I was a trucker, quite often forklift guys were totally, you know, callous and careless. And, you know, especially when I had a, you know, flatbed step deck trailer, right? And those crazy trailers, they always have these, what them calling, you know, that rail, right? The rub rail. And it's always aluminum. It's easy to damage. And so I remember one guy, I almost got into a fight with him, you know. He keeps slamming. Basically, he's not like stopping in front of my trailer when he was unloading me. He just goes till he hits it, you know, and then he stops, like once, twice, 3 times, and it's my trailer. So finally I came out. I say, "Sir, excuse me, would you please be more careful?" He's like, he starts shouting at me. "Well, you don't like it? I'll call my supervisor and, you know, get off my property." Like, I always like how employees refer to the factory where they work at $15 an hour, my property. You know, like, "You don't like it, get off my property." And so, yeah, the guy didn't feel sorry at all. You know, one of those, like, grumpy old guys that probably worked on that forklift for, like, I don't know, 40 years. He doesn't care.
Alberta 56 South for 800 meters.
You know, why I started talking about this? I lost my point. But anyway, so yeah, when I had the RGN trailer, it was I lost that fear because RGN is much lower, right? So they never hit you. But oh yeah, forks. So I was saying that I never liked forklifts because they're so
500 meters, continue straight onto South Railway Avenue, Alberta 10 East.
Because
signs for Rosedale, Alberta 56 South.
Because they can be so dangerous, right? But now, you know, I do fuel delivery with forks, and even though it's very easy, now it takes me, I don't know, 5 seconds.
Straight onto South Railway Avenue, Alberta 10 East. Signs for Rosedale, Alberta 56 South.
Takes me 5 seconds to flip the switch. 2 arms go up like this,
Continue
which means
on Alberta
that
10 East for 14 kilometers.
which means that the locks are open, and then you just put it down, like whatever you have, forks or bucket, you put it down all the way, and then you do like the right movement with the joystick, you know, like this, push it away, and that's it. And it just disconnects, and then you go grab forks. Like first couple of times it was tricky because you have to be very precise, because there's zero margin for error when you come in to pick it up. But it's very easy to see. It's right in front of you. Like it's two pockets where you put your, you know, two pieces of steel in there, and then you lift it like the bucket of forks, and then you click the button, lock. Those two levers go down, locked. And so you know, when after I deliver fuel, I fuel up all these generators, kind of like it's my daily morning job. And then, you know, before I drop it, I call a couple of supervisors. I know a couple of guys that can have some tasks. I say, hey, anybody needs forks? Do you have anything for forks? And so yesterday, one guy asked me to move these crates from one location to another. Maybe like, you know, you pick them up and they're stacked two, like one, two, one. So, and they all taped, very strong green, you know, like a band. So you have to cut them first before you can take them. And so I started doing that. So I did that Saturday, so I started doing this again because I liked it. You're all by yourself, nobody, you know, nobody harasses you. I prefer to work alone. Oh, 100 kilometers an hour. Cool. I never been this way. And so yeah, then I started moving these crates, and then another supervisor calls me and he says, hey, are you doing anything, you know, important, anything that you cannot get away from? I said, yeah, I'm moving crates. I said, it's not that critical. What can I help you with? And he says they need to clear access to one, kind of like a pit, you know, like a hole in the ground, and there's a bunch of generators, portable toilets in there. He says we need to move them out to create access for a truck. The truck is coming with some material to dump into that pit. And so I went there, another body showed up, so we moved a couple of things, some toilets, some what they call them, frost fighters, you know, like a special generator that creates heat to prevent the ground to be frozen. Then one fuel cube was there, you know, portable tank. So we moved all that, and I went back to moving crates and did that until the end of the day. Of course, everything is with forks, you know, and I like it because it's these crates are very expensive. They're easy to damage, so you have to be very careful, you know, very precise when, especially when picking up the top one, because, you know, you have to put your forks in there, right, without damaging the floor of that top crate or the top of the crate on the ground floor, so to speak. So you have to be careful, you know, just be very slow, precise, gentle. I like it. It requires some, you know, woman's touch, so to say. Whereas backfilling, leveling, all that dirt sticks to the bucket all the time, you know. And anyway, finally, what we're doing today, I finally decided to, you know, leave Drumheller for a little trip. Even though time now 4:13, the sun sets in 15 minutes, so I don't know if I'll be able to see anything, but I'm 9 kilometers away from a very unusual spot. Basically, you saw the terrain, right? It's like crazy terrain over here, with all these hills all of a sudden, like freaking mountains, you know. But where I'm going, it's like everybody says on Google, it's like spectacular. It's very unusual terrain, some crazy out of this world And it's a little actually like a hike, you know, like a trail. It's very short, but you go up, and this is like 7 meters elevation only, but it's steep because it's only 200 meters. Like that trail is very short. I think it's like a circle there, and I found it on Google, and that's where we're going. But I never been on this road, so it's Highway 10. So, but look at this. This like feels like, I don't know, Arizona or Texas or something. Definitely doesn't feel like Alberta, you know. Like very unusual. These old, I'm guessing they used to be mountains, right? Like long time ago. And then corrosion, wind, rain. See, people are living right here. And so today I want to show you guys, since I cannot film at work, I want to show you at least some scenery, and you know, at least I can talk about work. And also it's interesting that, you know, we help out each other. Like, let's say I did something and I'm finished with that job, and I call a couple of guys, other guys that drive skid steer, and say, hey, you guys have anything to do? Anything I can help you with? You know? And so one guy calls me because we talked this morning, because he said he was not sure what he was doing. And I said, hey, if you don't have anything to do, just come over here to this area, we'll move crates. And he says, cool. So he calls me later and he says, hey Sergei, this is so and so, I'm free, you want me to help you with those crates? I said, yeah, sure. And so he came over, and the two of us, we moved probably, I don't know, 20-30 crates from one location into the field, you know. Oh, look at this. There's a river on the left. So yeah, it's a very short road trip, so I'm like 5 clicks away. And then it's a short hike. I think we should be good for light. And I'm at a quarter of a tank. Yeah, this thing still eats fuel. Basically right now it shows 11.3 liters per 100 kilometers. I think that's about 22 miles a gallon, so that's not good for a 4-cylinder car, but turbo. I don't know, why is it taking so much gas? A Red Deer River. Oh, and some guys actually keep driving home every day. Like that guy in front of me who was driving a small car, he said he lives in Red Deer, and so every morning he drives 120 kilometers to work, and then after the shift he drives back. I don't want to do that, so I booked the same hotel where I was staying again for 3 more nights till Monday. So Monday I'll try to find something different. But we do get LOA, you know, living out expense, which covers the hotel, but I don't think it covers 7 days, because that's almost 700 Canadian per week. But very beautiful area, this Drumheller. And like I said, it's already, this is 2nd month I'm working here. It kind of like feels like home, you know, almost like second home, because I'm spending so much time here. Not much has been happening with freight brokerage. I was working on one quote. Somebody was wanted to call me, thinking that I still do heavy hauling. Some guy calls me, he says, hey Sergey, I watch your videos, we have this big machine, 130,000 pounds, are you still in trucking? I said, well, no, and even if I did, or was, I cannot do 130,000 pounds, you know, because my trailer was a 60-ton trailer, so you need a 65-ton trailer. And then I said, well, we're gonna take off the counterweight. It was some kind of a material handler, like one of those big ones that work in scrape yards, you know, that can grab something with a...
In 800 meters, turn left.
Oh, I think it's over there. I see a parking lot. People go there. And then you have to go up in there. Hoodoos, 300 meters. Yeah, that's the name of this place.
Turn left.
Oh, cool. So it's not dark, so we should be able to see something here.
In 300 meters, your destination will be on the left.
And it's clearly marked on Google Maps. And it's all free, so you just park here and you go. Where's the actual trail? Oh, that's it. I see people up there. I see lots of people because it's a very famous. It's a famous place.
Your destination is on the left.
Oh wow! You can get to the very top. And they said 7 meters elevation gain? They're kidding, right? This is like 70 meters over. Let's see if we can climb up there. Well, at least this is something unusual, right, guys? So we'll keep rolling. Grab my camera maybe. No, we'll just do video. Hold on 1 second, let me just put my hat on. Are we still recording? Yes. We're still recording. So this is called Hoodoos Trail. Hoodoos Trail. Just off Highway 10. I don't think I need my safety vest. But I'll take this. I like this thing. Got it at Canadian Tire. Very warm. All right, let's go. So I see lots of parking. There's some kind of a So basically they have these very unusual rocks that look kind of like mushrooms. Excuse me. Oh wait, there's no... It's not a passage, right?
It's not.
It's a dead end. That's not good. So yeah, they have these nice, funny looking rocks. Oh, actually everybody has a camera. The Hoodoos have been subjected to the erosion of wind and rain for thousands of years. So this picture is like 1900s. So they're saying that in 1900s they were much bigger. Wow, look at this. Interesting. Wow, look at that. Seven meters elevation. Wow.
Down there.
My remote still works. Wow, I like that. That's very interesting. This is good workout. Yeah, I don't think I want to go there. That's too steep. Wow. Looks like alien planet. Maybe I should take a picture of this. This does not look like Earth. You can get to the very top there, but you pretty much have to crawl on all fours. It's too steep. This was interesting. Sometimes they say it's easier to go backwards.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, like if you go like this, it's a bit easier. I saw it in a movie once.
Open your eyes, Lisa. Open your eyes. Okay, no. I'm the loudest here because I'm so terrified.
See, that's the problem. They climbed up now. They cannot. They're afraid to get down. Because yeah, look at this. This is really steep. But I bet this is a good spot for weddings, you know? Wow. Man. Alien landscape. Wow, finally.
I made one.
I like that guy in a white jacket. He was posing. So the guy in a white jacket was posing from like 50 meters away, and his girlfriend or mother, I don't know, she was attempting to take a picture with a cell phone. I see people, good turnout for this free, you know, place of interest. What? Where's my remote start? You wanna start? Okay. Back to the hotel. I have my accordion with me this time, but I'm stuck on one song. Like I'm not going any further. I'm just playing that waltz I learned. So there's like 5 notes, 5 notes on the treble and 2 bass notes on the left plus 2 chords. And I'm doing them like that waltz over and over again, trying each treble switch, and it sounds really good. So I have the acoustic, of course. I did not bring my digital accordion because that one is, you know, originally 4,000 Canadian, now it's 3. but this one I only paid what, $1,500 Canadian, but it sounds pretty good. Very nice accordion, you know, four reeds, LMMM. I am trying to sell it since I don't really need two accordions, but actually this one is good for this specific purpose, you know, while I'm at the hotel or at work. I don't want to bring my good digital accordion, so I'm bringing this one, which is excellent for, you know, learning. And also I used to do video lessons of this guy in Arizona. He specialized, he used to be a salesman. He had a store, he had a music store, and he was a dealer for a Roland accordions, and then he decided to retire, so now he just works with one store in Minnesota, and he helps them sell accordions, and he retired in Arizona. But he has a channel, and he has a bunch of free video lessons, but I prefer to have something in print. And I remember that a few months ago when I was thinking about switching from that Russian style accordion to the regular piano accordion, I ordered a few accordion books, you know, teach yourself, kind of like a guide. And this is like the best. They've been around since like 50s and 60s. And I got three books, you know, they're like an album, but there's like 10 of them, I think. So I got the first 3, and they were actually designed for kids, you know, so written in a very super simple language. And also for me it's important because, you know, of course I grew up with, you know, Russian names for notes, you know, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. So now I have to relearn and learn, you know, all these C, D, E, F, G and stuff like that, right? And so the book is in that C, D, E, F, G, but it's very simple, step by step, you know, like pretty much day one I'm already playing a waltz with both hands, even though it's like only, you know, like 1 minute long, but still it sounds very nice. And so that's what I'm doing at night after work. I come over and train on my accordion for a few minutes, like, you know, not too much, like 15-20 minutes. And then of course I do some videos if I have material, like today I'm gonna do a YouTube video, and then just watch movies. And tomorrow is another day. I really don't like it when there's no day off, you know, but Monday through Thursday we work 7:30 to 5, and then Friday we work 7:30 to 4. And I'm not sure if I want to do another long weekend. I really want to go home, check on my apartment, maybe play my digital Roland accordion. I bet this waltz would sound great because on the Roland, you know, you can create orchestra like beats. You know, when I press bass buttons and chords, it sounds like boom, 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 like, you know, somebody's accompanying you with drums. So definitely more interesting sound. And so yeah, I started talking about that quote I was working on. So yeah, the guy was asking if I'm still in heavy haul. I said no, but now I have my you know, freight broker authority, so if you want I can get you some quotes. And so they gave me the dimensions, the weight, and they said the weight will be, if we can remove the counterweight and the front attachment, like the grapple hook or whatever it's called, and they said the weight should be around 100,000 pounds. And so I got a couple of quotes, sent them the info, and they said typical, we'll get back to you. And that was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm not holding my breath. They probably found somebody who can do it cheaper than the price I quoted them. So yeah, not much happening there, since now I'm spending pretty much most of my time in construction. Oh, and talked to one guy today, and when I told him that he says, how long you been in Canada? I said, hey, came in 97, and I said I drove trucks for 17 years. And right away he says, would you like to maybe drive a rock truck? And I'm like, man, yeah. And I said, and we have like 3 rock trucks, but those guys, they're like semi gods, like. And this guy that I'm talking to, he's also a skid steer operator. He says he actually went to the same school where I went in Innisfail, Alberta, and he trained for a rock truck. And he said he drove them. He worked at a mine somewhere in Northwest Territories, like northern Canada. And he said they pay pretty good, and he says many companies always look for people, and even they will hire you without experience. And he says one mine where he worked, he says there was no speed limit. He says we're hauling ass fully loaded at like 60 kilometers an hour. But anyway, yeah. And I said, yeah, I said a rock truck probably, for me, that would be the most natural progression, since I know semi-trucks, right? I drove semi-trucks, and I also drove rock trucks when I was loading them, right? I moved a lot of them on my trailer, so I know the basic controls. So that would be definitely easy, and you don't need, what's cool about that is that you don't need any special license. You just need a regular license and training. But of course my training was on a wheel loader, and so that's the other thing. I told this guy, I said, yeah, I would love to be either in a wheel loader or a rock truck, but I don't like the one we have, that big loader with the joystick. I just don't feel comfortable. I'd rather have a steering wheel, But skid steer is a great learning tool. It's kind of like a wheel loader, except it's a tracked loader and it's much smaller, right? But it's pretty much the same principle, except it's not articulated, and that can present some challenges when you're operating an articulated wheel loader, because it's different the way it turns. So you see, like, the whole terrain here, of course, it's just nuts, So now I'm just driving north, or rather northwest, on this Highway 10, and we're coming right back into Drumheller. So I just wanted to take you guys along on this short road trip. So here we have Walmart. Very small. It's not a super center. It's kind of like the old style Walmart, like they have food, but very limited, and mostly it's packaged canned food, so it's like a very old Walmart. They don't have much in terms of groceries. I went there. And then here we have a case dealer. All right, what I'm gonna have today for dinner? McDonald's, don't know about that. Yesterday I went to Boston Pizza, had some pizza. Boston Pizza is right here. So here we have a co-op. I bet these guys have groceries. I never checked. These guys. Home center, garden center. Oh, it's not a food store. It's not a grocery store. It's they don't sell food, I don't think. And here people were saying this one is good, chopped leaf, but it closes early. There's McDonald's, Boston Pizza with the letter B. The letter B fell off. Maybe I go for Indian again. Look at this guy. Where's your turn signal? So yeah, here we have McDonald's, A&W. There's some Tex-Mex, Quesada, Tex-Mex place. Here's a Canadian Tire. One of my favorite stores. Oh yeah, and over there we have Friesen Brothers. That looks like, oh, Fresh Market. I've never been there. And actually they have a Starbucks inside. Never been there either. Gonna check that out maybe tomorrow because I didn't buy any food. So yeah, what am I gonna eat tomorrow? Well, I have some nuts and seeds. But next to my hotel, so we have Indian food, which is pretty good actually. This is Circle K. This is where I come in the morning to grab coffee, and they have beans to cup. Great coffee, and they open 24/7. Just 5 minutes from my hotel. What? There's nobody on the left. And I always get caught at this light where the red stays on for 10 minutes. So anyway, over there, yeah, at near my hotel we have Indian food. We have regular American bar and restaurant, mostly sandwiches. Well, here we have a Pizza Hut, but it's just a takeout place. And over there we also have a little Japanese restaurant, you know, where you can get all these rolls. Maybe that's what I'll get. Oh, and they also have, they do dumplings, but they're not just steamed, they fry them. And they said, can you just steam them? They say no, we can only fry, and they don't taste as good as steamed ones. So anyway, so that's my update for today. So still working, enjoying, learning new things on my skid steer. Still running a Bobcat T770, pretty good machine. Maximum speed according to my speedometer app on the phone is 15 kilometers per hour. And of course it's a diesel engine. Don't know how many cylinders. Just 2 joysticks and 2 gears, slow and fast. And they have these dragons everywhere. Like, look at that one over there. So anyway, it's getting dark. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.